Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel SyntaxHub. In today's video, we are diving into something super important for beginners, the complete structure of C program. If you're ever wondered what comes first in a C program, what these hash include lines are for, or where the program actually starts running, then this video is for you. Hit that like button and let's jump right into it. So in this structure of C program, we have the following sections. That is the documentation section, link section, definition section, global variable declaration section, a function declaration section, main section. So we'll see these different sections in C program. What are these sections are used in C program? How can we use these sections? First section is documentation section. In documentation sections, we use comments on the top of the program. These comments give the entire description of C program. Let's say if you are writing a program that prints welcome to C program, then we can write those this program prints hello world in comment sections, right? This will give the description of program, like what the program is going to do. On the top of the program, we'll write this documentation sections, and these comment lines are written in form of /* star and star /. Within this, we can write anything, any description of the program. These are not executable by the main function. It is just to provide readability to the users, or we can just use simple these kind of comment sections. What is the difference between these two comment sections is this comment section is used for single line comments, which means the comments which last in a line. If we have multiple lines, then we can use these kinds of comments to describe about the program. Then later on we'll find link section. What is the link section? Link section is basically used to link your header files into your program. It is like basically like a library. Normally library, why do we go to library? There are different kinds of books we find, and we can access those books, right? So this is how this is the way this link section also works. These header section contains different library files like stdio.h, math.h. In order to access those things, we have to use link sections. How can we use? By using the keyword #include. Okay, we can include those library files by using #include. Within these angular braces, we can write the library name. Okay, then we'll move to next section, definition section. Definition section is used for defining macros and constants. We can define the definition section by using #define. #define is the way we can define definition section. Within that, we can write a variable name and a value. It is like constant. We can use these value within the program. We can access these values across the program because it is globally declared. Those variables declared within the definition section are used for the entire program. Next, we have global variable declaration section. So we have done documentation section, link section, then we have definition section. We had known about definition section. We already made a video on macros, how is used. Go and watch that video if you have any doubts on macros. Then we'll jump into the global variable declaration section. In global variable declaration section, we declare variables outside of all the functions. Why do we declare variables globally? What is variables? Variables are just like containers. Why do we use containers? To hold something, right? So in order to hold the values like integer values or character values or any decimal values, we use variables. The variables declared outside of the function is referred as global variables. We'll know more about variables on next videos, on upcoming videos. And later the next section is function declaration section. So in C program, we have both system defined functions and user defined functions. So users can define their own functions within the program by using user defined functions, like just like void add open and close brackets and semicolon. This is called a function declaration. Function declaration, we know more about functions on coming videos. Next, the main function section. The main function section is the main part of the program where the execution starts. Without the main functions, there will be no program execution. C compiler first of all try to find where the main function is. If there is no main function, no program is executed. Within the main function, we have variable declaration section, executable statements, and user defined functions. We can declare variables inside the main function to use for our programming logic, and then we have executable statements. We can call functions, statements, or we can write a main logic within these executable sections. We can print something, or we can calculate something within the program. It is the basically main logical part and the printing part of the program, which is written inside the main function. Then user defined function definitions. Here we can define our own functions. Like I said as before, we defined user defined functions are all defined in here. So if we go, let's print a write a program printing hello world in C. Let's go then. We can save the C files by using .c. So let's get to the program. First of all, we have to use declaration section. Let's say this thing /* and printing hello world. Fine, this gives the entire description of program. Because we are printing the hello world, we are giving the description as this. Later we have link section, that is #include stdio.h. Why do we use stdio.h? Because in order to print something, because we are printing in order to print something, we use printf function. In order to use this function, we have to include this library file from the C library. So we are using stdio.h. Then we have definition section. In that, let me use #define a pi value. Let's say constant name is pi and 3.1415. Fine. Then we have global variables. Let's declare a variable int a is equals to 10, and then we have a main function. In main, within that we have declaration part and executable part. Let's declare some variables. So I'm storing integer values, so I'm using int data type. We'll know more about data types in the next video. Let's consider for variable for now. Let's say int x, y. This is called declaration of variables. Okay, we can declare a variable y using data type followed by variable. We can declare single variable or multiple variable. If we want to declare multiple variables, we have to separate it by commas. Let's declare another thing called sum. Let's give values here as for the variables. We can give values to the variables by assignment operator. This is called assignment operator. Let's say 20, and for y, let's say 30. Okay. Now we will do some calculations. We'll make addition of these two variables x and y, and in order to print we have to use printf followed by double quotations. Within that we have to use format specifier. For integer variables we use format specifier %d. I'm trying to print sum, including sum. I wanted to print this thing. Control. What is that? 5 we have used.